Hello, my name is Eric Reyna, and I'm part of the Education 3311 School and Society class. Now, I'd like to start this presentation with a video. It's just a short 40-second video, and while this video is playing, I'd like for you to think about what this means to you as a teacher.
Anybody who's suicidal, homicidal, anything like that, they call us out, and we try to divert as much as possible from jail and within reason, from jail and the hospital.
So before I get into the rest of the article, I'd like to speak about my personal connection to CCISD. Now, I was raised in CCISD pre-K through 12. I'm raising my children in CCISD at the moment, and I also plan on becoming a teacher there eventually. I'm also currently employed there, so I have a lot of connection to CCISD. So I'd like to go down and talk about the article, how it says that a new state law requires school districts to enact threat assessment teams. Now, these teams are going to be created by administrators, counselors, and the police department, and what their job is that they investigate any kind of acts of violence, whether it be on social media or a violent drawing that somebody did, or maybe a violent comment that somebody made. Now, I'm not going to read the entire article to you, but I'd like to point out right here where the CCISD police chief said that they're ahead of the curve in identifying. Now, what the police chief is saying is that there's information that students have, and basically if they get a hold of this information, they could prevent things before they happen. I'd like to say that this topic is a little bit heartbreaking to me, that we have to succumb to these measures, because the main focus here should be keeping the students safe. Remember, the students are the crown jewel of the campus. We wouldn't be going into teaching if we didn't care about the students. So with that being said, I'd like to fast forward a little bit down where it talks about Ray High School is one of Corpus Christi's largest schools and has nearly 2,000 students, meaning that the students are always going to be the majority of the school's population. There's always going to be way more students than there is faculty, police department, principals, what have you. And not every counselor is going to be able to get to every student, and the police department's not going to be able to gather information from everybody. There's just way too many students. So one of these students, Genevieve Cox, is a junior at Ray High School, and she's for the threat assessment teams. They said they could be a good approach to preventing violence. And she also feels that mental illness and mental health checkups are definitely another great option to prevent something before it happens. Now, there's a senior, Richard Waterhouse, who doesn't really feel that the teams are as effective, that maybe they raise concern for students, that could possibly be raising paranoia, or he also believes that the suicidal and violent threats are two different cries for help, that mental illness should not be categorized with violence and violent threats, because not all mentally ill people are going to commit acts of violence. And to more elaborate on this, mental health experts across the country, they often say that Republican politicians are the ones that are linking the mental illness and gun violence. And research shows that mass shootings aren't committed by people with mental illness, for the most part. So, us being teachers, we got to recognize that this is a real thing, and that we need to talk to this about our students. We need to inform them, and they also need to inform us, because they can teach us things as well. I'm not going to give my full opinion on the matter, but I'd like to bring attention to future teachers, us. We need to know that being a teacher now requires us to literally protect our students with our lives. No matter where we stand on the issue, our job depends on the safety and well-being of the students. And to everyone who took time to listen and reflect, thank you.